Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. I wish to thank the honourable member for the question. And before I proceed, I wish to acknowledge with deep gratitude the leadership of Honourable Kamkamida, the former minister, responsible for MSMEs and the leadership team on this initiative. Access to finance for micro, small and medium enterprises or MSMEs has come a long way, but our journey is far from complete. Through strategic initiatives by the government and various institutions, we are building a more inclusive ecosystem that gradually breaks down barriers needed for collateral, geographical isolation, and access to formal credit. In March this year, Parliament unanimously passed the Access to Business Finance Act, and this landmark legislation creates new and innovative ways for business, including MSMEs, to raise funds. And for information, it was an act that was passed with tremendous support from both sides of the House after it went through a bipartisan economic subcommittee. The first mechanism of raising funds is small offers. Small offers is basically a private company issued equity securities or shares up to 48 investors, raising no more than 2 million in total, with a retail investor limit of 20,000 each in any 12-month period. The second mechanism is crowdfunding, which provides a way of raising money on a approved online platform to fund businesses, including MSMEs. The third, Honourable Speaker, is the debt crowdfunding, which is a peer-to-peer lending platform service that matches lenders, eligible business borrowers, including traders, partnerships, and cooperative businesses offering debt securities. Total amount raised should not exceed 5 million in any 12-month period. Mr. Speaker, hence, for any business, whether starting out, growing, expanding, or diversifying, access to capital is essential. Around the world, one of the greatest challenges businesses face is securing the financing they need. There are numerous ways for businesses, both large and small, formal or informal, to raise funds. And these are important avenues. It is vital that we create clear and effective pathways for MSMEs to access finance, and that means developing innovative financing mechanisms tailored to their needs. Mr. Speaker, sir, to enact the legislation, an implementation task force was set up, bring together the regulator, Reserve Bank of Fiji, technical partners, Asian Development Bank, and the MSME Council, among others. This task force has been developing regulations, designing the mechanism for small offers and crowdfunding, and conducting awareness and education initiative to start with. The Cabinet has already approved the access to business funding small offer regulation, which is now with the Office of the Solicitor General for Gazettal. The intention is to roll out implementation in phases, beginning with small offers and then progressively introducing the equity, and then the last would be debt crowdfunding. So what it means, Mr. Speaker, sir, under the regulation, there are 3 levels of investors: the retail investors, sophisticated investors, as well as wholesale investors. And there are limits for those 3 levels of investors. These limits are safeguards to protect investors and uphold the integrity of small offer mechanism to start with. Importantly, small offer is not a government grant or a subsidy. It is an avenue that allows private companies to raise capital by offering shares to known parties or institutions, something never before available in Fiji. A notable example, Mr. Speaker, sir, is how the mechanism can be used. Is say Tok Namara Property Limited or in Nandi, they have successfully engaged gravel extraction on community-owned land. Through this reform, Tok Namara PT Limited would be able to raise funds for the expansion of their business. This shows how resource owners' business can use the mechanism to increase capital, expand operations, and ensure long-term sustainability. The small offer regime is seen as a bridge for MSMEs to move to be a private company to raise funds through those level of investors, including the financial institutions, and to unlock financing opportunities. This was previously a privilege for larger companies raising capital through the South Pacific Stock Exchange. Mr. Speaker, sir, a lesson from Malaysia. While activating this component of the Act, a study tour was carried out in Malaysia, and that is to examine the alternative financing ecosystem. The delegation, including the Governor of Reserve Bank of Fiji, Fiji Investment Corporation Limited, South Pacific Stock Exchange, Sole FinTech, and the Asian Development Bank's Pacific Private Sector Development Initiative. Malaysia's success demonstrated that sustained growth in MSMEs financing requires strong coordination between regulators, government agencies, and the private sector. What was important to note was that the top-down, all-of-economy approach offers valuable lessons for Fiji. A key takeaway was the importance of education, managing expectations, and awareness. And that is why we are committed to providing the necessary guidance and support. The way forward, Mr. Speaker, sir, the task force is now working towards the development of a suitable Fiji-appropriate intermediary platform to facilitate either debt and equity crowdfunding. The government remains committed to ensuring that MSMEs have access to the financial resources they need to thrive, innovate, and contribute to the economic activity. Through the Access to Business Funding Act and its phased rollout, we are building a more inclusive and progressive financing landscape, one that empowers entrepreneurs, attracts investment, and drives sustainable growth for all Fijians. The MSME Fiji unit within the Ministry of Trade is leading this innovative financing solution in collaboration with RBF and ADB. Mr. Speaker, sir, I thank this August House for its support as we continue to advance Fiji's economic future. Honourable Speaker, if you or those listening have any questions with regard to this reform, you can contact the MSME Fiji helpline on 163 or the ministry responsible for cooperative MSMEs and MSMEs. And as stated in my response, it's work in progress. God bless you, Mr. Speaker, and God bless this August House.
I thank the Minister, the Honourable Immanuel, for his response. There are supplementary questions.
Mr.
Honourable Nindam,
Speaker, sir.
you have the floor.
Thank you, Honourable Minister, for the answer. Just a question. What is the purpose of the Access to Business Funding Act and what benefits it will bring to the MSMEs? Thank you.
The Honourable Minister. Honourable Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. I think just I've mentioned some bit of the answers in my response. However, as I mentioned, it was to unlock new innovative financial solutions for MSMEs and for those that require access to finance. That is to be able to start, grow, and sustain their business. The funding through commercial banks, which do not offer MSME-friendly or MSME-tailored products and services such as lower interest rate, collateral-free, and unsecured lending, to name a few. This access to funding facilities will help those MSMEs. Furthermore, the cost of borrowing for the MSMEs is high and collateral requirements are stringent if you go to any financial institutions, including the banks. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Vijayna.